Hey y'all. So I wanted to make a video because I had just finished a documentary made by MTV on a few trans identifying people. Um, and someone mentioned how society has this preconceived idea that there's a before and after with transitioning, when in reality, there's really just a through. There is no endpoint. And I completely agree with that. And it's something that I like to um, reinforce or remind others in my videos that not every trans story is the same, and it's important to not classify or group everyone's story together because there's not one thing that makes someone more trans than another. There's a lot of trans people that don't take hormones, and there's a lot that don't get surgery. Some do take hormones and some do get surgery. Some do one or the other. Some do both. Some do none. Um, None of that affects how they should identify themselves. And it shouldn't take away someone's trans identity because they don't do something or they do too much of whatever else. For instance, I take hormones because I wanted a deeper voice, I wanted facial hair, I wanted to present more as male, and I got top surgery because I was very dysphoric with my chest. However, I don't want bottom surgery. I sometimes am dysphoric down below, but most of all, I'm more okay with having what I do than the idea of getting bottom surgery for a few different reasons, but that's a whole nother topic. So for me, I want one of the surgeries, or I got one of the surgeries, and I wanted to take hormones, which I'm doing, but I have no interest in other things. However, I do plan on either freezing and removing my eggs or getting pregnant, which again, not every trans person would do. However, I really want a biological kid, and it might be too expensive to remove my eggs and freeze them, especially if for some reason my partner down the road can't have kids. It'd be a lot more affordable if I were to just keep my eggs and try to get pregnant. Um, so again, that'd be a very interesting time in my journey. However, I'm not at that point, so I can't say that's gonna happen or won't happen. But it's definitely on my radar. I also, once I have plans for a child, a biological child, I plan on getting a hysterectomy for health reasons because I should get one eventually. But obviously, I'm waiting till I figure out those other steps because once I get a hysterectomy, there's no going back. And for something so important to me, I don't want to throw it all away unless I have to, because of something medical that comes up, which hopefully doesn't. Um, but I just like everyone's like constantly transforming. With me being on hormones, I'm probably going to be taking weekly shots for the rest of my life. Again, unless I have to stop for a reason, or I just can't afford it, or mentally, or whatever. Obviously, that's not something on my radar of stopping. So, in that sense, I'll constantly be physically and mentally continuing to transform. Yeah. Other things like for me, I feel like my appearance is kind of something that is continuing to transform. Um, I'm at this point where I'm comfortable with how I look for the most part or how I present myself. However, I'm still not where I feel like I should be style wise, but I feel that I've hit the sense of masculinity that I want to show with my beard and stuff, that I want to show more of a kind of feminine side, but not really, with my clothing and accessories and stuff. Like, I don't want to feel like there's this strict like feminine masculine thing and I have to be on one side or the other. I'm very much of a person who doesn't believe in the binary and kind of wants to get out of it. And I feel like everything's kind of a spectrum, and I kind of want to do a little of everything. Like, recently I've been wearing scarves more, and like, maybe there are women's scarves, but I really don't care. Like, I rock it. I used to paint my nails in California. I would still do it if I had nail polish. Um, just like different things that maybe other people are like, what? But like for me, just like constantly going with the flow with how my personality feels, and match it with like the outside will be something that I continue to go through in my transition. So yeah, I mean, the most important thing is just to like live your life, your true self, because you only got one life. Life's unpredictable, and honestly, like, who gives a fuck what other people think? Like, pardon my language, but you gotta just live for you, and be you and not be afraid, which sometimes is easier said than done. Um, but trust me, you'll be like a hell of a lot happier overall when you just go with it and you just follow your soul and heart and shit. Um, so yeah, I hope you all are doing awesome. You have a good weekend and take it easy. All right, peace.